Hello everyone. Today I'm going to present my findings obtained through text analysis on few of the State of the Union addressings delivered by the various presidents of the United States. And for this purpose, I've made use of the text analysis tool called TACRowd, which is freely available online. So what is the State of the Union address, or commonly referred to as SOTU? It is an annual message delivered by the President of the United States to a joint session of the United States Congress at the beginning of each calendar year in office. The message typically includes a budget memo and an economic report of the nation, which allows the president to propose a legislative agenda and national priorities. For a good part of the early 20th century, it was known as the President's Annual Message to the Congress. The actual term State of the Union first emerged in 1934 when the then President Franklin D. Roosevelt used the phrase, becoming its generally accepted term since 1947. The picture on the screen was taken back in 1934 when the President was addressing the Congress. That being said, today we're going to look at how the State of the Union addressings have evolved over time, with every United States president having had to handle some unique issues based on the circumstances which existed back then. First and foremost, let's begin with the 2002 State of the Union address delivered by the 43rd President of the United States, George W. Bush, on January 29th at 9 p.m. EST at House Chamber in the United States Capitol. As you would all know, 2001 was a shocking year for the entire world, with the United States being at the epicenter of a horrific terrorist attack. Soon after, the then President of the United States had to deliver his State of the Union address, and no wonder his addressing mainly encompassed security and the various measures which were being taken to curb any acts of terrorism. The text analysis visualization of the excerpt of speech tells us the exact same story. The top 5 words, which are the highest number of occurrences or rate of usage throughout the speech, were terrorist, terror, Afghanistan, security, and the joint fifth position for freedom and jobs. Please make sure to note here that few common words such as American have been purposely omitted to gather valuable insights. Moving on, fast forward to the year 2009, when the 44th President of the United States, Barack Obama, was sworn in. The timing of the swearing-in couldn't have been any worse. The entire world, including the United States, was still recovering from the global economic recession of 2008, and it was President Obama's turn to present the State of the Union address to the Congress. And there were no surprises at all. The topic of major concern or interest was not terrorism or Afghanistan anymore. Times had changed. There were other pressing issues that needed attention, and it's clearly reflected in the text analysis of the speech present in front of you. The top 5 words used for greatest number of times were economy, jobs, health, education, and care. Certainly, we all know about the troubles of an economic recession and how difficult it is for a government to control the unemployment rate. And lastly, we're going to talk about one of the most recent State of the Union addressings delivered by the current United States President Donald Trump on February 5th, 2019 at the House Chamber in the United States Capitol. President Trump had very contrasting priorities in place when compared to the policies of the previous 2 presidents in office. The major changes that President Trump wanted to see was in issues such as illegal immigration, border protection, drug abuse, and women empowerment. His top 5 choice of words totally reflected his concerns. There's another classic case of how text analysis could be used to convey the gist of a story. And here you go. Finally, we have all 3 text analysis findings based on the speeches on 3 different United States presidents from 3 different eras side by side. Clearly, the dynamics have changed drastically over the years, and the trend is only going to continue as we currently foresee an uncertain future over the cloud of the coronavirus scare. Who knows, maybe the next year's State of the Union address could be entirely different from the one which we just discussed. The topics would very well be healthcare focused with special consideration for drug development in addition to the new measures that needs to be taken to revive a falling economy. So on that note, I'd like to conclude my presentation. Thank you.